We are starting with inner product space. Inner product space is just like a function which is defined on two tuple vector space onto some other field. It may be real or complex numbers, and it satisfies these three properties. First property is known as conjugate symmetry. That is inner product of alpha beta if alpha beta are the vectors from V. So inner product is a function from V cross V onto field F. So until or unless it is mentioned about the field, we shall always consider the field to be field of complex numbers or real numbers. If it will be some other field, it will be specially mentioned. For time being, you will be always considering this field to be field of complex numbers. Okay, so inner product, this is the first property known as conjugate symmetry. That is, inner product of alpha and beta should be equal to conjugate of beta and alpha, the inner product of conjugate of beta and alpha. Here this sign, it represents complex conjugate. How you find complex conjugate of a complex number? Suppose your number is alpha plus iota beta, then its conjugate will be alpha minus iota beta. And this is how the second property, which is known as the linearity property. It is about three vectors, alpha, beta and gamma. First two vectors are combined linearly by multiplying with scalars, and then you take that scalar out of inner product from first part and from the second part. That is, these scalars are linearly distributed over the vectors. And this is the third property. It can be simply stated as non-negativity of inner product. That is, if you take inner product of the number with itself only, then that should come out to be positive, and it is zero only when this vector alpha is 0. So let us see an example of inner product. So I have taken these two vectors from two tuple vectors alpha beta from V to R, that is from space V cross V, and we defined the inner product as inner product over alpha and beta is defined by this multiplication, and we will show that this is actually a inner product. We are to prove that this alpha beta is inner product, or we are to prove that this space is a inner product space. So first property is conjugate symmetry. So to check this property, we will just check what will be inner product of beta with alpha. Now why I have not taken that sign of conjugate over here? Because this space is the space of real numbers, and there is no fun of saying conjugate over here, because conjugate of a real number, for example 4, that will be only 4. This iota is changed into minus iota for the finding this complex conjugate. Since this number is a real number, so its conjugate will be itself. So I have to check this beta into inner product of beta and alpha. So what does it says? The definition of given inner product: a1 into b1. What was a1? A1 was the first coordinate of alpha, and b1 was the first coordinate of beta. So now when you are going to interchange them, these two would be also interchanging. This will be b1 a1. Similarly, this will be now, what was a2? A2 was second coordinate of first vector. Now first vector is beta, so second coordinate is of first vector is now b2. So this is b2. What was b1? B1 was the first coordinate of this second vector. Now second vector is alpha, so first coordinate of second vector is a1. Alright, and next is a1 b2. A1 is the first coordinate of first vector, so first coordinate of first vector in our case is b1, and b2 was second coordinate of this second vector. So this is our second vector and this is its second coordinate, so a2, and plus 4 times, okay, again it is a2 is the second coordinate of first vector, so our first vector is beta, so its second coordinate will be b2, and this will be second coordinate of second vector. Now observe what are these a1 a2 b1 b2. These are the vectors from vector space V, but these actually are the real numbers only because this vector space is over the field of real numbers. So these real numbers, they satisfy this property, so we can this symmetry property, so we can interchange them to write like this. And suppose I am writing like this, and 4a2 b2. Now if you can compare, the first term is same, this term is same as this is same as this, and this is same, so this is equal to inner, so it is equal to inner product of alpha and beta. Now let us go to second property, which is the linearity property. So we have to prove that this is holding in case of given inner product. So we start with A alpha plus B beta inner product with gamma, and as per definition what will it be? So first let us combine these A alpha and B beta. It will be A. What is our alpha? It is A1 A2, and beta is B1 B2, and gamma is let us take alpha as a1 a2, beta as b1 b2, and gamma as c1 c2. So I am putting the values here. So this is c1 c2, and firstly I am just combining this first part. It will be what vector? a1 plus b b1, and second coordinate will be a2 plus b b2, and this is c1 c2. All right, so now let us check what the definition of inner product says. It says first coordinate of both the vectors. So first coordinate is a1 b b1 into first coordinate of this c1 minus a2 b1. a2 is second coordinate. This a2 is second coordinate of first vector. So a2 plus b b2 with but we have to multiply a2 with b1. b1 was the second coordinate of second vector, first coordinate of second vector, so with c1, and next is minus a1 b2, so that will be a1 b b1 with c2, and next is 4 times a2 b2, so 4 times a2 b b2 into c2. So combine them, so we will obtain a1 c1 plus b b1 c1, and this one is a2 c1 multiplying inside b b2 c1 minus a1 c2 plus b b1 c2 plus 4 a2, and this c2 is also there, plus 4 b b2 c2. Now what I am doing, I am multiplying I am combining this term, and this term, and this term. If you can observe, as per definition, isn't it a times this vector alpha inner product with gamma? You can check as per the definition, and then combine these terms. These all are b times this alpha. A will come out because a is constant, it is with every term. Similarly from here b will come out, and this will be beta with gamma. So that was all we needed to prove this second property. Now we will prove the third property. We have to check this non-negativity, third property. So we have to check inner product of the vector with itself, whether it's comes out to be positive or 0 or negative, whatever. So we have to check inner product of alpha with alpha. So alpha is a1 a2 and alpha is a1 a2. So this was our definition given in the question. It will become a1 b1. b1 was the first vector of first coordinate of second vector. So this will be a1 a1 minus and a2 b1. So a2 a1 minus next was a1 b2. So a1 b2 is now a2 only, plus 4 times a2 b2. So a2 b2, b2 is b2 is this one. So a2 a2. So this comes out to be a1 square minus twice a1 a2. Since these are real numbers, so I can write a2 a1 as a1 a2 only, plus 4 times a2 a2. So combining this, we will obtain a1 square minus sorry, a2 a2, can I write it as a2 square only? So this is minus 2 a1 a2. Okay, I'm writing this as a2 square and plus 3 a2 square. Can I write this 4 a2 square like this? Now look at this term. Isn't it a1 minus a2 whole square? And this is 3 a2 square. So so now look, when will this term be 0? What was the non-negativity property? It was saying that inner product of alpha with alpha is 0 only when alpha is 0. So we shall show that actually this is always positive. No? It is square of two real numbers, square. So square can never be negative. It is always positive from here. So first part is done. So I am now doing this second part, that inner product is 0 only when alpha is 0. So we have to prove that alpha is 0. So this is inner product. When will this inner product be 0? It will be 0 only when this term as well as this term is 0. Sum of two positive numbers is 0. It means this number has to be 0 and this number has to be 0. 3 cannot be 0. It means a2 has to be 0. Now a2 is 0. From here we will get a1 as 0. So what we obtained actually? We obtained both the coordinates of alpha as 0. So it implies alpha is 0. So we have proved all the partial properties for this the vector space, that inner product that we defined. So we can say that this inner product which is defined like this, which takes two vectors to this product of first coordinate with first coordinate of second vector and so on, then this is a inner product space. This is that we have proved. So every time you will be given this thing, you will be given how you define this function. This will be given to you. You have to check these three properties, whether these three properties are holding. If all the three properties hold, then we say that is a inner product space. If any of these properties is violated, then that space will not be a inner product space.